My name is Mark Merrill. I work in the civil engineering field in land development, specializing in residential land development, neighborhoods specifically, but just anything from the ground below. We do utility design, roadway design, water, sewer, stormwater. We deal with rain. So everything to get the land ready for a home builder to come in and build a lot on. So I started off, I've always piqued an interest in math and science. I wasn't a big reader in school. It wasn't that I didn't read. I just, numbers were more my thing. So I kind of went through schools, but, heavily focused on math and science, and then went into college and picked the field of geological engineering, actually. Spent some time in that field, learned that, wasn't for me. So sometimes that does happen. Changed over to civil engineering, and from there, it took me through classes, and different engineering fields have their different specifics, and civil was mine, and it's been fun since. So work day, I just get to work, plan the day out, see which projects I'm going to have to work on through the day, check the calendar, see which meetings we have. Obviously, in times right now, we've got a lot more meetings being virtual. It's easier to have them. We don't have to have everybody get together, but really, it's a lot of meetings getting together to try to figure out how to efficiently get the project from point A to Z. So. It's essentially what I do is taking a raw piece of land and putting a property on it. So if you look at it from the sense of a 3-year-old kid, it's essentially I take a piece of land and use it as a big sandbox and get to build on that piece of land something different, and it's fun to see from the beginning to the end. It's not a quick process, but it is one that is rewarding. So I work on a project called Canterbury, Fields of Canterbury, and it's currently where I've lived there for 5 years. So it's been fun to be able to see the neighborhood that I live in take shape and see where it's going and growing. And since we moved there, it's gotten bigger than it was supposed to be when we started. So it's been fun. Um, Oddly, sports, and it's a weird comparison, but I sports are based on mechanics and repetition, muscle memory, and um, being able to understand those muscle memories and getting those mechanics down is very much in an engineering mindset. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the math or the numbers, but it's the problem solving of saying, hey, I've got to figure out how to do this, whether it be shoot a basketball consistently, hit a golf ball. And it relates very much to golf. I grew up playing golf. But really about the mechanics to get the, the project, whatever you're doing, to work soundly and efficiently. Hmm. Um, we are not all nerds as engineers. It's pretty big stereotype that engineers come with being computer geeks and nerds. And I'll be honest with you, I graduated college and said I'd never take a job where I worked on a computer, and I work on a computer 95% of the day now. But it is a more realistic path. That it's not as men forward. I work in a very equally woman men environment. We all have activities that we do on the weekend that are not engineering related. We have real lives, so it is more fun and not a stereotypical of having to be. You know, you can have fun with engineering. I guess is the bigger way to put that. I would say start with civil engineering to cut 2 years off of college, but I'm also lived through that, and I know that if you do get into something that you think you wanted to do, and you start seeing signs that it's not something you wanted to do, don't be afraid to say, "Hey, I've got similar interests. Is there another career path that may be better for me?" Because had I not made the change from one to the other, I'm not so sure I would be employed right now. So don't be afraid to follow your instincts either. So. Focus on math and sciences. I'm getting away from earlier comments of not being nerdy, but focus on your physics, your math, your sciences, and your basic understandings of how things work. And don't overwhelm yourself with it. Take some time to get out and have some fun. Do normal hobbies. Get out, ride a bike, play sports. But just know that it is a fun career, and it comes with its challenges. It's not an everyday boring job. Every day is a new challenge and something to fix. So.